Continuing our look at ag around the world, Iraq's wheat harvest faced a severe threat this year as record-low Euphrates River levels near Najaf forced farmers to drastically cut planting and lay off workers due to water shortages. Lucy Fielder reports.
Iraqi wheat farmer Man al-Fatlawi has long depended on the nearby Euphrates River to water his fields near the city of Najaf. But this year was the driest in modern history. Iraq's rivers are at record lows, reducing planting, which could slash the wheat harvest by up to half. That threatens the country's push to guarantee food security by making sure it produces enough wheat to cover its needs. Fatlawi has to wait for his allotted water supply through an irrigation canal. He has cut his wheat acreage to a fifth of its normal level this season and laid off 8 of his 10 workers. Wells won't succeed on this land, he says. They're either sulphurous or saline and farmers cannot benefit from them. A largely desert nation, Iraq ranks 5th globally for climate risk, according to the UN's Global Environment Outlook. Not only are temperatures rising and rainfall expected to decline, but Iraq is also at the mercy of its neighbours for 70% of its water supply. Turkey and Iran have been using upstream dams to take a greater share of the precious resource. The UN's Food and Agriculture Organization says that's the biggest factor behind the current crisis, which has forced Baghdad to introduce water rationing. The FAO's Salah Al-Hajj Hassan expects wheat production this season to fall by 30 to 50%.
Iraq is facing one of the most severe droughts that has been observed over decades, and it is definitely a multi-year crisis that began around 2020, where it is reflected on the water reserves that used to be recording 60 billion cubic meter in 2020. Now we're talking about less than 10 billion cubic meter, even less, of course.
To reduce its dependence on imports, Iraq's government has in recent years paid for high-yield seeds. It has promoted modern irrigation and desert farming, and subsidized grain purchases to offer farmers more than double global wheat prices. That paid off, leading to a surplus for 3 years running. The government said in September it had wheat reserves to last a year. But others, including the FAO, now expect imports to rise again, and possibly food prices too.